Hello everybody, it's me, your good friend Sparky, and welcome back to the final look at the Pikmin 2 treasure catalog. We're gonna be winding things down in the Treasure Hoard today with the last two series in the log. Starting us off with the Explorer's Friend series, which is all of our in-game power-ups that helped us gain new abilities and unlock new regions and all of that cool stuff. First up is the Spherical Atlas, which is half a globe, valued at 200 Pokos with a weight of 101, making it one of the few treasures in the game that you absolutely need purple Pikmin to carry back to the ship. The purple Pikmin were somehow able to carry this massive treasure. Today we measured their physical strength using the ship's onboard beefometer. It seems that they have 10 times the weight and physical power of any other Pikmin. When I throw them, they land with a resounding thud. I decided to commemorate the cave I first encountered them in by naming it the Immersions Cave. Not like the Purple Cave or anything. You named the White Pikmin Cave the White Flower Garden. Whatever. The surface designs on this item are a map of a savage planet. This alone makes it valuable. But that is not all. Embedded within it is a microchip filled with secret, incredibly detailed data. With this item, you'll know everything about this, that, and the other thing, too. Of course, the microchip, for the most part, really just led us to another area in the Pikmin world, which, in reality, must be an incredibly small part of the planet. I think you can't really comprehend how huge Earth must be compared to Olimar and people of his size. It's a wonder that they don't comment on that more. Although it does help for future Pikmin games when they can pretty much land anywhere they want, and it can be a completely different region if they truly want to. But next up we have the Geographic Projection, which is the other half of the globe, valued at 200 Pokos, and much like the other half with a weight of 101. The interior of this hemisphere contains a chip coated with charts detailing a new region. I explored this forest the last time I was here, but it's clear that it's undergone some dramatic changes. The plants and animals have also evolved significantly. I've given the forest a new name, the Awakening Wood. I must begin to form a hypothesis to explain why the forest changed so rapidly. Yeah, that's something that's never really explained. One can argue that the nuclear fallout from whatever apocalypse wiped out humanity causes rapid evolution on the Pikmin planet now, but, you know, that's just my theory. If you have both pieces, does the value increase? Do you want it? Need it? Crave it? You should. This is the ultimate storehouse of geographic data in the known universe. Or at least, geographic data from one planet. It's weird that it's got geographic data on it for, like, a region nearby where Olimar was, and yet it's, like, of the other half of the Earth? Maybe Olimar travels farther than I give him credit for, and that's why all the seasons are different. But at the same time, it is all the regions from Pikmin 1 sort of evolved, so it's hard to say. But moving on, we have the Prototype Detector, a Nintendo Love Tester valued at 200 Pokos with a weight of 35. Today we searched a subterranean lair swarming with carnivorous bugs. The name Hole of Beasts immediately came to mind. The convenient contraption I found here has become an invaluable treasure-seeking tool. When it approaches a piece of treasure, the gadget beeps and the needle moves to the right. When all of the treasure in the area has been collected, the device powers down. When we left Togotate, I thought we'd never be able to pay off the company's debts, but thanks to this gadget, I'm feeling optimistic about the outcome of this daring mission. Definitely one of the more useful treasures in the game. Is this a miracle gadget born of universal desire, or a machine manufactured by the master of Dimension X? Whatever it is, it reacts to treasure. So it was made by Krang? Huh. I didn't know Krang worked for Nintendo. Anyway, moving on, we have the 5-man knapsack, valued at 100 Pokos with a weight of 15. I'd love to lay down in the grass, bask in the sun, and take an afternoon nap, but with all of these Pikmin following me, I can never seem to relax. I should remember to press C and dismiss the Pikmin, then press and hold C to take a nap. The last time I tried it, the Pikmin picked me up while I slept and carried me away to their onion. Hold your space, horses, Pikmin. I'm not a pellet or a piece of treasure. When I woke up, great galaxies. It was all just a dream, wasn't it? Well, plot of Pikmin 4 would suggest otherwise. Do you want to nap in the luxury like a feudal lord? This lifestyle assistant will help you do it. Tests on our employees were very positive. Their bizarre dreams were an added bonus. Uh-huh. Maybe that's why Pikmin 4 feels like it's so out of continuity with the rest of the Pikmin series. It's just like a crazy dream Olimar is having while he's taking a nap and the Pikmin sucked him up into an onion. It's a theory, anyway. Next up, we have the Brute Knuckles, valued at 100 Pokos with a weight of 15. Uncharted planets like this one are often teeming with hazardous fauna. The Pikmin are usually nearby to defend me, but there are times when I need to lay down the law with my own hands. For example, if a creature were to try and eat me, I'd have to beat it down. I dream about that all the time. Well, Olimar, you did beat down quite a few different enemies in the Pikmin 2 adventure, especially in those last caves where it was safer to take care of business by yourself. In the plume of flame, this steel fist flies and smashes its target to bits, but the recoil is severe. Captain Olimar suffers from shoulder pain, so he uses it without the rocket booster. Rocket booster optional. Oh, it's like being an action figure with your own rocket fist powers. That's awesome. I like it, considering it's an action figure fist. Next, we have the Repugnant Appendage, valued at 100 Pokos with a weight of 20. This aromatic object secretes a tangy odor that could knock out a Bulblax. I'm with the ship on this one. I don't want to touch it either, but I must, for the sake of my company and my family. I must summon the strength to carry on. Considering this is like a child's shoe, that must have been a child with some pretty stinky feet, I gotta say. Is this the remains of some giant creature? The remains of a baby, maybe. Its color is striking, but its stench is horrific. Just like a baby. Could it be dangerous? The true essence of things in the natural world is often disguised. Be fooled and die, fool or be killed. It is the law of survival. It's a shoe, and also probably one of the least helpful power-ups, considering it forces you to run far faster than your Pikmin can usually follow. Next up, we have the Stellar Orb, valued at 100 Pokos with a weight of 5. The technology behind this impressive gadget is totally unknown to my people. It appears to replicate intense solar beams of the sun. Space exploration has given me a ghostly pallor. Maybe I'll use this orb to catch a few rays. You did have your own UV lamp in the Dolphin, but that was sold off, so I guess you can use this in its place. This tanning machine is based on primitive science principles. Come, you pallid recluses and sun-starved hermits, you too can have a healthy, stylish glow. Funny enough, I did read something up on the Stellar Orb, where I can't remember exactly which cave it is, but the Stellar Orb's entire purpose is to brighten up the different caves as you explore them. But apparently, at least in one cave, it actually has the opposite effect due to a programming error. I believe. If I'm remembering that incorrectly, please correct me in the comments. Next up, we have the Forged Courage, valued at 100 Pokos with a weight of 20. I found this marvelous alloy in a hole swimming with Bulborbs. On that adventure, I even clashed with an Emperor Bulblax. In honor of my triumph over the appalling obese beast, I named the hole the Bulblax Kingdom. A heat-resistant ally forged in the fires of justice and passion. Wear and feel courage's burn. You have nothing to fear. Due to horrid ventilation, this is not suited for sweaty beings. You'll smell as bad as the shoe if you wear this too long. Or you could just implement the technology into your spacesuit and be immune to fire. That works too. Next, we have the Dream Material, valued at 100 Pokos with a weight of 10. This is yet another object I've recently discovered that is beyond my wildest dreams. It doesn't conduct electricity, and it can erase marks left by pencils with remarkable ease. Sadly, the more you use it, the more it rubs away into oblivion. In a way, it reminds me of my job. Yeah, again, I can relate. This non-conductive substance has many uses. I have discovered it can even erase pencil marks, but it is a dream material. It is a dream material, but the more it is used, the more it crumbles. The same is true of dreams. Wow. Wow. Yeah, sure. It's an eraser. Crusher of dreams, but simultaneously made of dreams. Moving on, we have the Justice Alloy, which is valued at 100 Pokos with a weight of 20. I found this metal treasure in the gut of an avian snake. It took real courage to drop it into that dark den, but danger's what I do best. In honor of my brave clash with that feathered serpent, I named that den the Snagret Hole. Indeed. You cannot see it and you cannot touch it, but it is definitely here and there. What, you ask? Whatever this suit is fortified by. That is what? I cannot believe I cannot believe there is a better material than what I am constructed of. Are you constructed of justice? I think not. Next we have the Amplified Amplifier, valued at 100 Pokos with a weight of 20. Today we searched a deep underground structure that was completely covered in tile. I have no idea what it was originally intended for, but I have decided to call it the shower room. Deep within, I clashed with a sleek bug that coughed up this conical curiosity. It's like a speaker thing, speaker cone thing. I don't know what the technical term is. Your voice is weak. It does not carry. No one notices you. If this is true, then this item is for you. Starting today, you are a gym teacher. You will never be ignored again. Gym teachers, the most not ignorable people on the planet? I guess? Sure. Next, we have possibly the best power-up in the game, the Professional Noisemaker, valued at 100 Pokos with a weight of 15. I recently took a team of blue Pikmin to an expedition on an expedition to explore a submerged cavern. While exploring this watery cavern, I encountered some very strange phenomena. It was such a strange place that I'm still wondering if it was all just a dream. I found this curious treasure in that cavern, so if it was just an illusion, I'm even more confused. I named that confounding place the Submerged Castle. Let the nightmares continue. Noisier than a spaceship, this wonderful item will make your miserable life 120% more exciting. It's also handy for calling Pikmin out of the ground. And wrapping up this series, we have the Key, valued at 100 Pokos with a weight of 1. This item came from the personal treasure hoard of a massive Pikmin-devouring spider. The whole cavern was crawling with all kinds of fearsome creatures. I decided to name it that eerie cave the Citadel of Spiders. The ship can't stand bugs. Whenever I ask it to store a specimen for salvage, it threatens to stage a mutiny. This shape, I have encountered it somewhere before. No, I must be mistaken. Yes, I am mistaken. Thoughts like these strike all who see it this Kabbalistic form. You can feel its immense power. And apparently it calls forth messages from other dimensions telling you that challenge mode is unlocked. And lastly, the final series in the game, the Titan Dweevil series. All of the treasures we got from beating the final boss of Pikmin 2. First up, we have, valued at 1,000 Pokos with a weight of 30, the Shock Therapist. There it is. This shocker was one of the several weapons wielded by the nightmarish Titan Dweevil. It allowed the creature to smite Pikmin with zaps of lightning, which is why it was important to fight that boss with only yellow Pikmin. This nanotech device gathers negative ions in the atmosphere and converts them into energy. Then it releases that energy. Zap! Use it to relieve muscle soreness and joint stress. One warning, however, it does render the user unconscious. Relieve stress by making yourself unconscious. It's just like taking a nap, but much more painful. Next we have the Flare Cannon, valued at 1,000 Pokos with a weight of 30. This scorching mechanism was once used by a monstrous Titan Dweevil. The roasting apparatus spews hot jets of flame. I can't keep Louie away from it. He keeps trying to use it to cook sausages and caramelize creme brulee. Other handy uses, I guess. In the compressed air cylinder of this flamethrower, liquid gas is lit, producing the fire that gives the weapon its name. It is very dangerous, and good kids know not to play with it. In case you wonder, it cannot be used as a substitute for spaceship's rockets and should never be used to cook sausages. Never. Those sausages is probably... the sausages have probably seen better days, is what I'm trying to say. Sausages. It's a very confusing word. Next, we have the Comedy Bomb, valued at 1,000 Pokos with a weight of 30. This fiendish component was used by the Titan Dweevil. Although it was once a primitive chemical weapon, it is now a weapon of mass hilarity. It makes you laugh so much that you just start to die. It's Joker gas! You cannot see it, you cannot smell it, yet this weapon would steal your life given the chance. At least, it used to, until I shrewdly exchanged its poison gas for hilarious laughing gas. Crafted with an eye for safety, it is the funniest weapon ever devised. And yet it still has the skull and crossbones on it. Still hilarious in a way. Next we have the Monster Pump, valued at 1,000 Pokos with a weight of 30, just like the others. This savage water pump was just one of the many weapons wielded by the Titan Dweevil. This pump is capable of spraying jets of hyper-pressurized water. Or, rather, water, like, bombs. They weren't really jets. But they were annoying with how they drowned so many of my Pikmin. This item automatically detects subterranean waterways, even if the water is buried a mile deep. This monster pump draws liquid in any distance, and its almost uncontrollable power is fantastic. It's a super faucet, I guess. Like I said, it certainly killed a lot of Pikmin, so I guess it lives up to its name. And lastly, finally, the last treasure in the game. It's Louie, the king of bugs, valued at 10 Pokos with a weight of 1. Louie is back. Somehow he survived a horrific ordeal with a freakishly large weapon-wielding Titan Dweevil. I entered a hole with an army of ferocious Pikmin, grimly determined to save Louie from the Titan Dweevil, but it seems that he was perfectly fine all along. I can't understand how he managed to avoid being eaten. He always had an unusually close connection with insects, and I know he loves to cook them. Maybe he wasn't kidnapped after all. Could he have been controlling that beast all along? No, that's craziness. Although he does insist now that we address him by his proper title, the King of Bugs. Yeah, Louie's pretty evil. I will admit that, and everyone else should know it too. A new employee of Hokotate Freight, Louie is often silent. Nobody knows what thoughts lurk in his mind. He appears to operate on the same wavelength as insects, often with dangerous results. After he was kidnapped, he somehow managed to hijack a colossal insect's brain. All hail and fear the King of Bugs. And everybody say goodbye for now, because that's all for the Treasure Hoard in Pikmin 2. Next time in my little looking at everything in Pikmin 2, we'll be moving on to the Piklopedia and checking out the various creatures that inhabit the planet of the Pikmin. And the Piklopedia is significantly shorter than the Treasure Hoard, so it shouldn't take too long. Or at least, not as long as comparison. Until then, though, this is your good friend Sparky signing off for now, and I will catch you later.